Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my hope that you are doing well. You had a good day. And this is Gashi's Kenyan TV. If you are here for the first time, kindly take a minute, subscribe to the fast growing channel, like this video, our viewers, and comment. Today, I want to be a bit extreme, and this is deliberate. And this has to do with election to the 13th Parliament to come up with a law that will make election thieves die. The parliamentarians should come up with a law that will make the election thieves never again steal any elections. And my proposal to the parliamentarians is that they come up with a law that those who steal the elections should be hanged. And they should not only be hanged, they should be hanged in public and upside down. And this is after the investigation have proved beyond any reasonable doubt that they stole the elections. Stealing an election is very painful. Robbing an election is treason, if you ask me. But the funny thing is that our parliamentarians, because they are very corrupt, they have been in parliament for so long, condoning corruption of elections, stealing of elections, because they themselves are products of this rigging. So anybody who rig an election anafaa kusurubishwa kichwa chini miguu juu na hadharani, na ikiwezekana mchana ambapo watu watahudhuria na watu wasiye na huruma. I've said it is very painful that we have not been able to crush the thieves who steal the elections. Watu wanacheka tu, ili hali unajua yote ambaye anaiba uchaguzi ni mtu ambaye anachezea nchi ya Kenya, ni mtu ambaye anahatarisha maisha ya Kenya, ni mtu ambaye anahatarisha uchumi wa Kenya. Mwizi ni mwizi, ni heri mchawi kuliko mwizi, na mwizi hafai kupewa nafasi ya kuongoza katika nchi hii. Whoever steals an election is worse than murderer, is the hypocrite of the highest order. And why Kenyans have continued to elect thieves, why Kenya has continued to have thieves in the office, is something that one cannot be able to explain. How do you allow mwizi ambaye tunajua ya kwamba ana kesi kotini, kesi imeshaamuliwa, ameiba mabilioni ya pesa, na sasa people go ahead and elect such a person? Why have we continued to glorify thieves? Why haven't he jailed these people? Here, I think Uhuru Kenyatta seems to have been overwhelmed by the kind of corruption that he saw when he took over. The man had very good intentions, lakini akagundua ya kwamba nyumba inavuja kutoka ndani. Akiweka kwa mkono huu mwingine kutoka sehemu nyingine, unaiba kila kitu. Because what do you say of somebody who steal an election when somebody has invested so much? Umetumia pesa zako nyingi sana, umekopa mamilioni ya pesa, hata mabilioni, na umekuwa mshindi. Baada ya kufanya kampeni kwa muda mrefu, unakuwa mshindi na kila mtu anajua kwamba umeshinda uchaguzi. Kisha mtu anajitokeza na kuiba ushindi wako. This is something that should be stopped at all cost. And I don't think the parliamentarians can do this, because it is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle kuliko mwanasiasa wa Kenya kuwa mwaminifu, kuwa mtu mwenye nia nzuri. In fact, I've always opined in this channel kwamba politicians are after their interest. Kenyan politicians have no principles. Kenyan politicians are ready to sell their mothers. Kenyan politicians sasa hivi wanapaga vile ambavyo watapora nchi baada kuchaguliwa. That is why you find that there's a lot of jostling for cabinet positions. Watu wanapigana wakijaribu kuangalia kwamba waone ni nani ambaye atachaguliwa kuwa katika baraza la mawaziri, ili mradi waipore nchi. They don't care. They steal from the hospitals. They steal from the poor. They steal from people who are dying without caring. Kisha wanakuja na kwanza kuomba kura, na Wakenya wanasherehekea na wanaletoa pesa zile zile ambazo zimeibwa kutoka kwao. And that is why you find in Kenya, life is so difficult. The cost of living is so high. In fact, if you enter supermarket, ukiwa na shilingi 5,000, unaweza kutoka na bidhaa ambazo umezishika kwa mkono hivi. And this is very scary. It look like tunaelekea mahali ambapo tutakuwa tukibeba pesa kwa wheelbarrow. And that is why the wheelbarrownomics should not be allowed in this country. Kwa sababu haya ni mambo ambayo tunafaa kupigana nayo kabisa. And I'm challenging the politicians, especially from Azimio, because most of the Azimio guys have good intentions for this country, especially Raila Amolo Odinga, to come up with rules that will crush corruption. That because you see, what we have is that wale watu ambao wanaiba kura, wezi wa kura kwa sababu wezi, wanaiba kwa sababu they have extremely corrupt. And people have continued to glorify these guys, and nobody seems to care. And it is unfortunate that the president has finished 10 years, has completed 10 years without fighting corruption. I remember when Kibaki took over, watu walikuwa hata wanasimamisha polisi barabarani, wanawakataza kuibia watu pesa, wale ambao wanachukua pesa za abiria baada ya kulipa nauri katika daladala, matatu, matwana. These people are very, very proactive to stop corruption. And Kenyans are ready to assist you. Kenyans are ready to ensure. By the way, Kenyans hate corruption so much because it is instinct from high heaven. Na kile ambacho tunajua ni kwamba ikiwa wanasiasa hawatafanya vile ambavyo tunataka wafanye, basi watakuwa wanafanya kazi bure. Sijui wewe vile ambavyo utaona, kwa sababu if you don't believe in the rule of law and you are a politician and you're in parliament, then you have no business presenting the people in that parliament. Let us have people who doesn't want to be associated with corruption. Let us have justice. Let us continue having peace in this country, because without justice, even peace can become very, very elusive. Bila kujaribu kusimamisha watu ambao tunapata wakishiriki katika wizi, especially in the presidential elections. These people should be stopped at all cost. They should even be barred from vying for the elections. For instance, if the deputy president is found to have been involved in corruption, why should he be involved in a rerun? In fact, he should be prosecuted ikiwa atapatikana ya kwamba alishiriki katika wizi. Now all those guys who aided in the stealing of the presidential votes, not even the presidential, even the MCA, member of the county assembly, the lowest level of representation, watu hao wanafaa kutiwa kitanzi hadharani, na sio tu watu kitanzi hivi hivi, kisheria. Bunge iwe na sheria ambayo itakisha kwamba those who steal elections are hanged in public, upside down, and you have no apologies for those people who threaten people's life by stealing presidential elections. Because how do you continue like kila kitu kiko sawa na rais ambaye anaongoza si ambaye anafaa kuwa anaongoza? And I think by now Ruto anafaa kuwa amepokonywa that the squad that have now been protecting him, because as far as I'm concerned, by the time from the time baba alipeleka kesi katika mahakama ya upeo, the deputy president ceased to be is a candidate just like Raila Amolo Odinga. So we don't have a presidential elect. Those policemen from the GSU squad that is protecting his family, that is protecting his homestead, that is protecting him in Karen and in Sogoi should be withdrawn with immediate effect. Kwa sababu people should know that we don't have a presidential elect at the moment. As I said at the beginning when I was starting, the people who steal elections, Parliament should come up with a law that these people be hanged upside down in public. This is my take. This is Kaiman, the tallest man in Black Africa. Have a lovely evening.